Good afternoon and welcome to the Stories of Success. My name is Igor Kalinic and I work for the European Commission. And I'm very, very glad to welcome you to this very special session. So, what are the stories of success? The stories of success are our attempt to invite the brightest entrepreneurs, the ones that can inspire us in continue being entrepreneurs, inspire other people to be entrepreneurs, and so that they tell us the stories of their success, so that we can capture something behind the scenes. We have done already throughout the years almost 20 stories. You can find them in the app, actually, in this famous app that you have all downloaded, I hope. And you can see different type of entrepreneurs, different profiles of people. They are all quite very interesting. In this way, we try to transform the entrepreneurial ecosystem of Europe by promoting inclusive practice and empowering underrepresented groups. Now, this is not about me, it's not about you, it's actually about Petra and Chris, who will tell us their stories. And I don't want to steal too much time from them. But before giving the word to them, I would like to introduce Gerardo, who will be the facilitator of the session and will help us to make the session interactive and inclusive. So we expect your participation, we expect your contribution, and Gerardo, the floor or the screen is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Igor. So let's start with a little bit of history of this session. So this is in Prague in 2022, and the stories of success were about a young entrepreneur. We call it 33 under 33, 33 stories of success under 33, of people under 33 years. We then moved in, as you see, in 2023 to Bilbao, to innovative entrepreneurship. And last year, we were in Budapest for inclusive pioneers. And this year, we continue this journey with a showcase of inclusive entrepreneurship. And we have Christopher Hutchinson and Petra Kutuliatkova with us. Christopher is the co-founder and the CTO of CrossFit Technologies, and he will tell us about his company. And Petra is the founder and the CEO of U2 in IT, okay, which is a nonprofit empowering women and girls in thriving in the digital world. And as Igor mentioned, this is a participatory workshop. So the first thing I would like to ask you is just to move a little bit closer to us, because the idea is that you will be part of the workshop and you will be discussing with our panelists about the things and the stories they will tell us. So can you please move a little bit in front of the room, okay? It's just an invitation. You can refuse it if you wish, but I mean, we would like to have you a little bit closer, if possible.
But you will be put on the blacklist.
Igor will put you in the blacklist otherwise, but his role is this one. Okay. So what does it mean that, and what is our invitation in while listening to their stories is, first of all, we ask you to listen with some intention to their stories, okay? So just focus on something specifically, and then we will invite you to discuss with other delegates what you can grasp from their stories and what their stories could tell us about making the European SMEs more competitive. So this is the idea. And in a few moments, you will receive a question from us. And each one of you will just get a question. We have 3 questions different. And what we invite you to do is to listen, just having in mind the question that you have received and inquiring somehow around that question while listening to their stories, okay? And then right after, you will, I will explain you what to do, but basically you will work with others to grasp the meaning and let's say what you can sense from these stories altogether. So basically pay attention to what will come out from this and listen with this intention of the question. And now it's the moment to give the questions to our delegates, okay? You have 3 different questions. The first question is about yes, the first question is about what values and visions inspired these entrepreneurs to start their business, okay? And the question is red. The second question is, what do you think lies at the heart of their success? And it's yellow, okay? You will find highlighted in yellow. And the third question is, what do their stories tell us about building SMEs competitiveness in Europe today? Okay, so these are the 3 questions we invite you to use while you are listening to explore their stories, okay? Just as a lens that you use just to watch and understand their stories. So it's time now to start really to their stories, to go to their stories. And we start, we say, not with Petra, but with Christopher, okay? Then we will go back to Petra. Just because Petra is back from another panel and she said, I need to rest a little bit, please. So, Chris, over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Christopher Hutchison. I'm co-founder and CTO of ProsFit. It's really an honor to be with you today, and on behalf of so many people involved in our journey that has brought us here today, really thank you very much. So, this story starts in a bit of a funny way. I was 17, was in an accident and became a double amputee. So, okay, maybe not that funny, but still. It's something that I think has some kind of resonance with some themes that have come up today, including as relate to crisis and resilience and opportunity. And I hope that our story is one that also matches these themes. As you can imagine, becoming a double amputee at 17 is a crisis, personal crisis, family crisis. But there is something that helped us also move through that with resilience, and that's a sense of purpose. And I hope that that's also something that is strongly felt within the EU and continues to be going forward. So, one quick question to give a little bit of context at what we're doing with ProsFit. I can ask, does anyone here ski? Okay, a few skiers in the room. Okay, now imagine that your ski boots, you have one set of ski boots and they do not fit you at all. How would you feel about that? Would you ski very often? No. If every time you went back to get new ski boots, they still didn't fit, how many pairs of ski boots would you get through before you said, you know what, I think I might give up on this, right? This is one of the real tough challenges that amputees face today. And this was a challenge that I was facing, and this was something that we understood as a family that we had to do something about. When you move from a hospital where everything is very modern and the level of care is excellent, and then you move from that to the room next door where everything's covered in plaster dust, you have guys who are waiting there for 4 hours at a time looking depressed, you realize something has to change. My father had actually worked, who's sat here and is our CEO and co-founder as well. We founded the company together. We together regained and built that sense of purpose to solve a problem for myself, but also for millions of amputees around the world. This was something when he understood and we were looking at, well, why is it like this? He had worked with digital technologies in 1981 for a knee implant, and so to go from that, and I was working for an AI startup in 2012, we were finger on the pulse with 3D printing and everything. We moved to this environment where literally there's a guy who's chiseling plaster off the side of a block to give you a comfortable socket, right? It's kind of anachronistic to what you would expect in the modern world. We realized that someone had to do something about it, and we were going to be the ones to do it. I think that is a story for many entrepreneurs and is something that is important, is something that affects you, that you understand the value. We understood this is not just my story. I'm not the only amputee in the world. Actually, there are 35 million amputees in the world. There are over 1 million amputees in Europe. Question, how often do you see them? Answer, honestly, we have a fellow amputee in the room with us. But in general, not very often. The reason why that is because they're at home, okay? This is a hidden crisis that is affecting the EU, affecting the whole world, that no one talks about and no one knows about. And this was something that we set ourselves on a journey to solve. So maybe I can, we jump to the video for 1 second. Gerard, I'll let you. There we go.
Amputees in the world. Expected to double by 2050, the leading cause is diabetes. For an amputee, a prosthesis is critical for mobility, good health, and quality of life. Even in developed nations, up to 50% do not have access. The custom-made socket is the most important part of a prosthesis, and its artisanal fabrication is the single biggest bottleneck. Centralized workshops with expensive capital equipment and scarce practitioners are overloaded. The situation is critical, and ProsFit has the answer. We have built an innovative digital platform for the design and additive manufacture of custom-made sockets at scale. Isn't it ridiculous that someone with no legs has to travel to a clinic to get prosthetics? Not anymore. ProsFit solutions allow prosthetics provision anywhere. Our Bulgaria project adopted a patient-centric study fitting 56 prosthetics to 42 amputees, 60% at home. The results showed improvements in user outcomes, clinical productivity, cost to comfort, time to comfort, and convenience for all. We recently also completed a similar project in Singapore, and in Canada we are enabling outreach to amputees in remote communities. ProsFit is a pioneer, attracting corporate partners including HP, Oracle, ABB, and Toyota. ProsFit's core team is based in Bulgaria and has the expertise and experience to architect the next stage of expansion. To drive user engagement, we are now also developing a telehealth solution using video capture, data streams, and AI to analyze and improve gait, reduce falls risks, and enable confident mobility. Thank you.
Thank you. So we understood the challenge, which is that the traditional system, as you see there, is fitting about 50% of amputees with a success rate of approximately 50%. Now, if you can imagine, in any industry, 50% success rate is not very impressive. Unfortunately, in the prosthetics industry, a lot of people are making a lot of money off knees and feet. That's a very simple industrial business to be involved with, and no one was solving the problem that was so critical to the amputees, which is how well does that ski boot fit? How well does the custom-made socket fit you? So we set ourselves on solving that problem, and as you see, we developed the first solution fully end-to-end to provide this globally at scale using digital technologies, data, I will call this, in the modern world, and with a success rate over 95%. Okay, now what does that mean for an individual in the context of your life? That means instead of that very tough, depressing story that we were talking about before, you have the near certainty of getting your life back, being re-engaged in society. Now, that's something that, despite the hidden crisis that we have around us today, is also a population group who themselves are resilient, who are used to dealing with challenges. And by the way, the leading cause is diabetes, but as amputees, we're a broad church. Many different reasons to become an amputee, from diabetes to war, road traffic accidents, work-related accidents, all kinds of things. In that eventual situation that you also become an amputee, you would want to also be able to get on with your life, right? And we understood that, and it was with those vision and those values that we also set about with ProsFit. We set a vision from 2013, a world where limb wearers could have access to affordable, reliable, and desirable prosthetics products and services, because unfortunately that was not a focus that was being placed as one with very much intention within our industry. I would say that that resonates also to European values. We are a very proudly European company. As mentioned, we're based in Bulgaria. I would say that we could not have done this anywhere else. We have worked extremely hard with an excellent team. We have had access to solid investors from the start. This is a challenge and we can come back to it. But we also had access to some limited Bulgarian, to Jeremy funds at the beginning in Bulgaria when we started, as well as private capital that, as every entrepreneur, you end up having to put things on the line first to get going before everything can get started, and that was something that we did as a family, and we had to put really a lot on the line to bring us to the point where we did. We had to go through clinical investigations, we built a team, we had our products regulated as medical devices, and so far today, as far as we're aware, that we're the only regulated sockets as medical devices in the entire world today as custom-made medical devices. So I would say, just in resonance with the European values, and please, you're welcome to get me to stop talking at any point, because I could keep going on. Dignity, freedom. Does anyone else know the other two European values? Okay, that's good, then I better read them. Equality and human rights. And I believe that what we're doing is very much strongly aligned with those and have been very core to our team and our motivation, because I can tell you, to achieve things like this in the time that we've achieved it, you're working far beyond what any rational person should work. Right? This is what SMEs experience all the time. You'll be lucky if you're working a 12-hour day and only 6 days a week. And I believe that that's something that we also would like to infect some of the rest of the economic system with as well, and that we can move from a consumer to a producer and entrepreneurial doer economy.
Thank you.
So,
thank you,
thank
Chris. You. And now we go back to Petra. Petra,
yes, thank you.
Green, to go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
Green.
Yes. Christoph, you have my big admiration. It's incredible, and you are very strong. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, and good luck. Dear audience, I'm happy to see you, because I know that it's one of the last sessions, so you should be everyone tired. So thank you to be on this session. I would like to speak with you about the girls and women. I think that this is a good topic for the conclusion of the day, because I hope that somebody of you has a daughter. Who has a daughter? Daughter, great. Wife or partner? And mother, please.
No, mother, no.
So I think you are all our target groups, your daughters, mothers, friends, whenever. We will speak about the girls and women in technology and what we can bring from Slovakia. No, I will stay here, because I would like just to introduce how the story began. Because I'm leading the organization for 13 years, changing a lot the IT background in Slovakia, and a lot of people think that I'm IT lady. I'm not. My background is in economy, and I worked for IT faculty in Slovakia, one of the best faculties there. And this is an amazing faculty. They are doing so great projects and so great moments you can see there. And I found that there is something very strange at the faculty when I was there. And at the beginning, I didn't understand what is this strange feeling I can have. But imagine, I found that there are no girls there. This was a strange feeling. In this time, the faculty had just 3% of girl students. Imagine that it was a small one, the 1,000 students, and just 30 girls there. So you couldn't see them, just kind of dust. They have been just lost somewhere. So I decided to change it, because I was sorry for all of them who couldn't be there and who couldn't work on the project. And I started to deep what's the reason why they are not studying tech. And imagine what I have received as an answer. The girls are not interested in tech. This is a general answer. You can see it everywhere. The problem is the girls, they are not interested in tech. So I launched the first workshops, and I found the girls leaving in the 3 a.m. in the morning to be able to attend the workshop at 9 in the capital in Bratislava. And I saw that this is not a problem with girls. They are not interested in tech. This is a problem of the system. The system was not enough interested in girls to motivate them and to attract them. So I launched the first workshops, and very soon I saw that it's not just the problem of one faculty. It's not just the problem of Slovakia. This is a problem of whole Europe and whole world. So what we can do is, the changes we introduced in Slovakia and all this stuff is really the result of certain years of activity. So I'm really happy that I can share it with you. We work with girls from 8 years old. Often when we are speaking about the talent, on the previous session we spoke about the talent, and everyone imagined the talent as somebody adult, university students ideally, because those are the best ones, but no one cares about the 8-year-old girls. But if you will start to work with them in this age, I can tell you that you are the winner, because there are no biases there, there are no prejudice, they're just open, they would like to learn, and they're ready to go to the technology. Just go for it. For high school programs, we have very nice results, but it's really tough, it's really hard, and we need a lot of creativity to attract them. Later on, I will show you one campaign we launched this year. What we introduced in Slovakia is also that the women who are after the university age, maybe 35 years, 40, they can change the career into tech, even without university IT background. So we introduced different training for those ladies. And yes, they can change the career. And who is a key partner for us? Teacher. Because if we can train 1,000 girls, this is 1,000 girls. But if we can train 1,000 teachers, you will see this multiplication effect, because we can really reach thousands and thousands of girls, but also of boys later on. This is one of the campaigns I wanted to show you. We created it for high school girl students, because we face often that they are not enough interested in IT positions. And it was really hard to communicate them, become UX designer, architects, or whatever. So we created a campaign, no dress code, just to show them that it's not important what you are wearing, how you are. What is important, what you have in your head, and the code you are able to create, what you can do. So we really did the photo shooting. Those girls are really the students we worked with during our trainings, and we did the real photo shooting with all the designers, and we create some, let's say, catalog, the style of Vogue fashion magazine, describing all different positions in IT. And as a next steps, we create the role-play game. So they're playing the game, which is solving some mystery dinner problem. They play the roles which are not related to the tech. And only after they finish the game, we can do the appropriation with different standard positions with the tech positions. And they can imagine themselves being in technology. I would like to show with you how we are working in this cycle, let's say lifestyle cycle, because when we start to work with primary school girls, for us it's quite nice and easy to imagine how many of them will go to our training in the high school, and from the high school we can move to the university student and women and teachers. But even this circle is more important for us, because what we could create, that starting with the women, we work with the women professionals who do the mentors for university female students. They mentor them in the way of different positions and the business positions. And the university students, they do the same with the high school girl students. We have the program where all high school girls can find a mentor at the university, and they can visit a university to see how is going the life at the university. If it's very hard to study, how the people are there, what the ambience. And those high school students are later on doing the training for primary school girls. And this is an amazing circle where each has a role and can be a big support for other generation. And for us, it's a very good tool to see how many of girls we will have going through different IT trainings, and how many of them will be ready to jump to new IT positions and the positions with digital skills. So thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much, Petra. Really very inspiring, these two stories. I wonder if Sabine, my colleague, which is there, can just project a little bit. Can you do that? Yeah? Can we see just... At the beginning. Yes, it's just at the beginning. She's starting grasping. And you will find at the end of the session, later on in the Ideas Lounge, her harvesting. Also, the harvesting will be downloadable from the app, okay? So let's go to you now. And yeah, let's go back to the slide deck, please. Thank you. So let's go back to you now. So each one of you, or I guess each one of you, has a question. And the idea is that you now can work with those that have the other two questions, okay? So you just join the others, and so we have the three questions all together, and you form a trio with this, and together you start discussing, you discuss about these two stories, and you identify what patterns come out from the stories, okay? And what these stories can tell us about the European SMEs competitiveness and how to strengthen them, okay? And so this is my invitation now. You can stand, of course. Probably you have to stand, search for others, and look and start this conversation. You have 10 minutes to do that, so just a quick round, and then we will open the mic to you, so you can tell us what comes out from your story, and we will open the conversation also with Petra and Chris. Thank you. Yes, yes. So let's listen what comes out from your reflection. What are the patterns you see, and what their stories can tell us about the European SMEs competitiveness? If you I mean, just call me and I will come to you with the microphone if you want to make a comment or share what comes out from your reflection. Yes, please.
I'll go first, but I'm going to start with question 3, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So we talked about it. We don't think it tells us anything about European competitiveness because this could have happened anywhere in the world, right? It's not, they happen to live in Europe, but it doesn't have anything to do with being in Europe or being European. They could have started either business in any other country.
So that's something. I mean, yeah. And any other reflection about this? No?
Are we talking about? I don't know if I will be able to put it in a nice, cohesive way, but what we come up is that probably the motivation behind your ideas was also partly a little bit of frustration. And there is this saying that frustration is a great motivator for an entrepreneur. When something bothers you, it really drives you. That was also my case when I was starting. So it was a mix of this, but also something which you wanted to give probably to the society, you know, mixture of frustration, something what you wanted to give to others. And there to the mix also has to come something very important, customers, because you had to have someone else paying for your product. Otherwise, it will be just you with your idea, but sitting and not being paid. So this was something we talked about in our group. So it was a mixture of ideas, but I think it was nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other?
Can we respond on that topic?
Yes, maybe we can.
Do you mind, can we respond specifically on that topic?
Yeah, sure, sure,
I don't know if
sure.
Petra, you want to say anything first?
Just a comment. You're absolutely right that it can happen whenever, and maybe for Chris, if he will launch the organization in States, he can have a better funding. I don't know. And you're absolutely right that frustration is a big driver. The question is if after certain years we are less frustrated or more, but it's maybe the topic for another session.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. But to come specifically to that point, I'm not sure that's true, because I think we take for granted also within Europe that we're within a society that is very values-driven, is very highly educated. You know, we have a near 100% literacy rate. We could put together an incredible team of people who are motivated to do. I mean, I simplify massively in describing what we're doing. We had to develop software. We had to get involved in medical device regulatory. We had to make sales around the world. I mean, even that is scratching the surface. It's not an easy thing to do. And we were able to do that with a small team in Europe. I don't think we could have done that in many places. So,
Can I,
thank you.
can I maybe build up on that? So I will try to build up on that and take it a step further. So the takeaway for the European Commission and policymakers. And so the comment of Kita that was about that it could have happened anywhere in the world, and I will turn it a little bit around, is that means that actually you are the role models for the world, but made in Europe. So yeah, okay, for European Union. And somewhat a little bit more provocative, and it's more food for thought, is somehow about the frustration as the leitmotiv, like the guiding spirit to be entrepreneur. Shall we then maybe make Europeans even more frustrated so that they actually start being even more than entrepreneurial? I mean, it's of course a provocative question, but maybe just in our system that can be where we live in a very nice society, in very good society. A lot is given there. Why should someone take the leap and become the entrepreneur if not out of frustration?
Thank you for this. And one comment for frustration. I think this is a ability and the volunteer to do the change. At least in my case, and maybe in Christoph's as well. I wasn't satisfied with the status quo, what was there, and I just wanted to change it. Because I know a lot of people, and I'm sure that you know as well, that they are just complaining, but they do nothing for change it. Yeah. And if you invite them, so if you do not like it, change it. Oh, no, it's too complicated. So they continue with this complimentation. But yes, if you like to see the new world and better world, you need to bring your peace. And you need to be this game changer. And yes, from this side, I'm happy living here where I'm living because I have all opportunities I can have. It's hard, but it's normal that the life is hard. Who promised us to have life not hard? So yeah, thank you for this. And
completely agree. Yeah.
I think we have another
question. And we have a question here.
Hi, Marco here. So I'm coming from out of the box, and we gather social entrepreneurs. Maybe it's a little bit different, but your businesses have quite social component. Does it make it easier or harder to run the business that has really socially engaged? I assume maybe to find business partner, they might question, maybe the society question why it needs to have social component, but I guess in some aspects might be easier for you. So if you can share something on this.
Maybe one. I think there are some challenges and trade-offs to that, but definitely it can also be a good rallying cry for a lot of people actually to achieve something meaningful. I think in the modern world we start to have a crisis of confidence and meaning, and we revert slowly into some kind of nihilism that we need to be very careful about. And this is where I think the sense of purpose and doing things for the right reasons and doing things with European values is very important. I would say also as entrepreneurs, we've had buy to kill opportunities. You know, someone could hand us a lot of money and say, great, you know, here's your cash out. We're going to kill your business so that it doesn't interfere with us. I think you also face social questions like, would you be able to sleep at night knowing you've made that decision? And based on our social conscience, we would not do that. So hence still being here today.
And for us, we are working in the education, the field of education. I can tell you it's quite hard for the business. And the model we have that all the trainings for girls until 19 years old, until they are on the high school, is absolutely free of charge for them and as well for teachers. And adult women education is paid from some part. Some part of adult women education is we use a subvention from organization, another part it's paid by the women directly. And yes, when we are speaking about young girls and the training are free of charge for them, it's sure, and you understand the economy, I need to find somewhere the money. So who will pay for the education of young girls? Well, the parents will not pay. Often they do not have the money. So yeah, we are going to the companies with the question, please help us, because you will be the final destination where you can use those talents we are rising for you. So help us to do this. But on the other side, they can tell me that, well, it's not my role to pay for the education. It's a state. Yeah. So it's quite tricky. And yeah, we are trying to find the best way. And when I will find it, I will return back to you. Yeah.
I will call you. We have another question here.
Can I just very quickly add to that, because I think it's true of what both of us are doing. It's not a cost, it's an investment, right? When you provide someone with a prosthesis that enables them to go out and live their life and get a job and release a caretaker and all of these things, you're talking about a cost that may be under €1,000 a year and can result in over €50,000 in net gain for the economy. I don't know how many investments you see with a 50 times return on investment. It's a very solid one. So I think that's also true with what Petra is doing. So.
Thank you. We have another question here or comment?
Yeah, just a question to Mr. Hutchinson. I'm a businessman myself, and I know that your business perspective needs to judge your expenditures, income, and the profit. Why have you opted for Bulgaria? Is it because of the low labor cost, or what was the reason you went there? Or the people were more able, or... I'm interested, what was the reason of this success? Because we realize in our group that there is a market demand for this, unfortunately. So I'm interested in this. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I would say that initially we visited Bulgaria as a family and fell in love with the country. And that was the reason. And it was in significant part because of how entrepreneurial and this incredible energy that was there that started. I mean, we arrived in 2012. And very entrepreneurial country and such intelligent people. We put such a great team together. We realized we could do so much, and we were able, honestly, the amount of hard work involved in what we're doing, I'm not sure we could have actually pulled off anywhere else in the world. So I'm eternally grateful to Bulgaria and very thankful for that.
No more questions?
Have one there.
Yeah. Are you doing? No, not all of them. I'm just if you have any comment or what. Yeah.
Well, thank you. So I'm Charlene Lambert with the Women Entrepreneurship Platform, and we worked on question number 3: what do the stories tell us about building SMEs' competitiveness in Europe? And we said we have to think outside the box, and we need everyone on board to give all of their ideas, their innovative ideas. And we know that entrepreneurship training for girls and also STEM training for girls is extremely important, even at a very young age. And we know that girls who are only 8 years old are already convinced that they're not, at times anyway, that they're not capable of doing STEM topics. I don't know if that's been your experience as well, but I have personal experience with that. So we need to start young. And people that I've talked to said that they have entrepreneurship training programs in schools, but they are not compulsory. And I'm just wondering, why aren't they compulsory? At least some standard minimum should be compulsory. I think we all know that entrepreneurship training gives us lots of other abilities than just only entrepreneurship, that it boosts your morale, it boosts your confidence, and it helps all kinds of training. So And we need to have our leaders speak out more. And I was on a webinar not long ago where the mayor of Cluj, Romania, spoke out and said that no one should be left behind. In his community, everybody was being brought on board for entrepreneurship training. And so I think that if our leaders spoke out more, it would be very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are almost there, so it's almost time to close. So first of all, I want really to thank Petra and Chris for their stories. Really inspiring. And I got a lot of energy at this time of the day, which is normally when energy is low. So thank you very much. Really important. If you want to just to send your ideas, you can use this Slido, you know already because you have been using it in other sessions. And I hand over to Igor for closing this panel. Okay, thank you, Igor.
Thank you, Gerardo. Thank you for all to you for participating. I want, just before concluding, I would like to make a remark about social entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs. And before joining the Commission, I was actually in academia, and I did some studies about social entrepreneurs and very specific type of social entrepreneurs. They are called for-profit social entrepreneurs. And there is a lot still to study about it, but there is a huge potential in this kind of specific niche. And what they are there when there is a market failure, but also in the same moment, they are more effective than the state intervention. Otherwise, it's just subsidies, or there is to be money spent not as wisely or as profitable as through a market. And these entrepreneurs, they work for profit, because why to work for free? But they will never work if there was not a social value in what they are doing. And I see you guys as social entrepreneurs, and I think that they can actually, that's a very personal thing, through social entrepreneurship, for-profit social entrepreneurship, we can solve a lot of problems that are even deeper in developing countries. They can be a good answer in getting everybody on the same level. So thank you very much for providing these examples. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, Chris, for sharing these professional voyages, but also personal stories. I hope I got inspired. I hope that you all got inspired, that you change a little bit your idea, your heart about what entrepreneurship means. Expand it maybe. And before concluding, I want you to approach them in the next, this evening and also tomorrow. So they will be more than happy to share their stories. And just before concluding, I remind you two things. One, there are other almost 20 inspiring stories on our app, so you can check also those. And the funny part, it's the IPA drinks reception. Starts at 6:45, so before the award ceremony that is 7:30. So I invite you to be here at 6:45, and then we go conclude this day. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you.